8 long years of research, thousands of hours of work, and one unwavering belief. We are agonizingly close to the Musashi, the armored behemoth of the Imperial Japanese Navy. Paul Meyer steers the ROV deeper into the darkness of the Sibuyan Sea. Small debris begins to emerge. The engineering details match historical records perfectly. But is this truly the final resting place of Japan's greatest pride? The historical context: October 1944. World War II reached its boiling point in the Philippines. General Douglas MacArthur arrived with 200,000 troops to liberate the islands and sever Japan's strategic resource lines. For Tokyo, losing the Philippines meant losing their lifeblood of oil and rubber, the retaliation of the Central Force. Although their air power was decimated, the Japanese Navy could still strike a lethal blow. A massive fleet of 31 warships, led by the super battleships Yamato and Musashi, surged toward Leyte Gulf. These were the largest sea fortresses in history, carrying the hope of turning the tide in the Pacific. Japanese sailors drank their final toast of cold sake, tying hachimaki bands around their heads, ready for a fight to the death. However, the element of surprise vanished when 2 U.S. submarines intercepted the fleet. A barrage of torpedoes reduced Admiral Kurita's force from 31 ships to 26. The Musashi remained unscathed, even rescuing hundreds of survivors from the sunken cruiser Maya, before charging straight into the Sibuyan killing zone, where U.S. carriers were lying in wait. 19 bombs, 17 torpedoes, and the fall of the Legend 317. Conclusion: we're looking at the biggest ships we've ever seen. Those were the words of U.S. pilots as they spotted the Musashi from above. The attack began at 10:30 a.m. on October 24th. Musashi fought back with a force of anti-aircraft fire. In an act of pure defiance, a bomb dropped by a Helldive hit turret number 1, but simply bounced off, as if the ship were laughing in the face of death, an unyielding beast. Despite a torpedo hit that caused a 5-degree list, Japanese engineers quickly counterflooded opposite compartments to level the ship. The Musashi kept coming, leaving American pilots in awe. A second, third, and fourth wave of attacks rained down. The sky was scorched by flak. A 900 kilograms armor-piercing bomb plummeted straight into the funnel, engulfing the ship in black smoke. The price of resilience. The Musashi stayed afloat longer than any ship in history, but the damage was apocalyptic. The hull was shredded, and human remains were scattered among the twisted steel. Admiral Inaguchi, despite a severe wound to his right arm, remained on the bridge to issue orders. When an attempt to beach the ship to serve as a stationary fortress failed, the Musashi was finally rendered unsteerable. The sunset of an empire. After 6 waves of attacks involving at least 19 bombs and 17 torpedoes, the Musashi finally succumbed. Admiral Inaguchi ordered his crew to abandon ship, but returned to his cabin to go down with his vessel. At p.m., the super battleship rolled over, taking over 1,000 lives with it as burning oil exploded on the surface. Back in the present, our cameras glide over teak decks and rotting fuel barrels. This is more than a wreck. It is a monument to a legend and a stark witness to the brutality of naval warfare. Do you believe that if the Musashi had reached the U.S. landing crafts, the outcome of the Battle of Leyte Gulf would have changed? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive into the Musashi compelling, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to follow our next deep sea expeditions into history's mysteries. Share this video so more people can learn about the greatest naval air battle in history.